So, hi guys. So,
So,
this is
so,
the
so,
big
so, so.
art gallery lekki. I was even calling it like when I was going there, trying to get the address until it got to me that it was actually Nike. So, while I got there, this was
This is really.
the beginning of the whole of the sculptures outside, and you see some of the people that are working there with their traditional attire. In fact,
Wow.
every of these things you are
Seriously?
seeing are just what
This is
magnificent. This
nice.
could actually will bring me back to the
Are you
days
for
where
real?
we used to pass
Bro, these
across
are
that
beautiful.
Yaba area, see different type of sculptures like this, trying to bring in so many imaginations, so many concepts when it comes to trying to make
Don't
something
pay that too much
amazing.
attention.
So
Wow.
this was the outside. I was just
Isn't
trying
this
to
lovely? This is
make
very
videos.
nice.
Actually, I made a whole
Wow.
lot of videos, but I had to compress the video
Look
so
at
that
this.
one won't get bored along the line while watching, and at the same time, so one because I had to just do a very short video so that one can actually go there and experience yourself there. You can take your family down there, and one good part about this area is it is free. So the only thing when you get there, if you want to them to like give you a tour, to tell you everything about everything that you are seeing. I think the range is around 30,000 naira also.
Wow.
So that day I did my own tour
Trumpets.
too. So this was the second segment. I've now entered into the building, trying to just landscape my videos, for me to see, and I was just so wow. Every what I was looking at was actually so beautiful. So I think this outside was what they
So,
were
this
showcasing.
is the
So the
entrance.
photographer, this
Wow.
is cool
This
right
is
here.
nice.
So I was just
Oh,
trying
this
to
is
make
good.
this outside to understand how
Welcome.
beautiful the inside will be
All
like.
right.
So this is the entrance, and
The
they said the
cabo.
cabo. So when I opened the door, I
Today.
saw, a couple of people, that
Hello.
are there with their
How are you
traditional
doing?
attire, and the ladies
Yeah.
that are actually what working there. So starting from every of this woodwork, you know, um, everything was just so nice and
Oh, this is
beautiful. And there
beautiful.
was one video like that I made, that I was talking about white, how beautiful white makes everything comes out. The whole of the building was white, And one funny aspect about every of these pieces that you are seeing here is that a whole lot of them cost millions. The minimum thing you can buy there are like all these bead accessories, I asked a couple of paintings like that. They were telling me some range from the list is around 250,000. Sha. So I was trying to
Wow,
tell
this
them
is
why is it that every
nice.
of this art was is too expensive now. They now told me this is a museum, and aside from that, art is not just something that maybe people just draw. Some take like years
Wow,
before they
look at
can actually
this. This is
finish one
beautiful.
pieces of every of these frames that you are seeing like this, and it's just like an investment. Even some particular frame that you are seeing here is more expensive than some building. So this now made me remember when Mr. Bean did one particular video where he stole one particular frame that was actually in the presidential cabinet. So this gave me the hint that so this is how expensive every of these arts were. I There was a particular art like that I saw there, because there, if you get there, if you want to maybe buy a particular art and take home, you just have to snap. So I forgot to snap. That's the reason. That's what they will ask you. Well, every of these things that you are seeing is for sale. So perhaps maybe you can rewind this video and post it back. Someone used trash to actually what made an image, and I was so wow about it. So at first I was just glancing around, scanning through everywhere, not really focusing on every of the images.
This is so
Funny enough,
beautiful.
I'm a science student, but along the line, life happened. Started teaching literature, in schools, my exam, and so on like that. So I've been now trying to, pitch in the reason why a lot of these local frame makers are not really doing well is the fact that the presentation has to be there. Take for example, if a jacket costs maybe like $500, that same jacket can cost $5,000 due to the fact that you are buying it in the grocery store. So, and Mama Nika has already made name for herself, and every of these things that you are saying here is not what you can see anywhere in any part of the world. So, this particular box now is this cupboard is meant for a king, and it has calories and every of the money that has been spent, monetary money that has been spent in Africa. So I was able to, I did a whole lot of video, but I was able to compress lots of that video so that I won't showcase too much of everything in the whole of that building, because when someone gets to know everything about the building, so there was a point in going.
I
So I
just
want
dread
people to
so
actually,
this is
go. Perhaps maybe we
because they
have
are
people in
not
Lagos,
it's just
even
the
if some are
concepts.
coming from any part of the world, they can bring them to this particular place. It's a very nice place
Hold
to be.
on.
So that guy now was the one tourist or family around. So I was like, okay, later on, I want a personal tour for myself as well. So I started, noticing every of these frames, or looking all around. And in fact, it was as if I should just sleep over there that day. So there are some frames that are there that they made them with wood and wood and
And
metal. That was what they used to, make them. So, and there were a whole lot of things that I needed to just, snap, and as in, it got to a point I was like, wow. So in the whole of this building, they have 250,000 frame, 250,000 frame. And one funny thing is, every of this frame was made, from all Nigerians, because a lot of them, I noticed they were inscribing their name at the back of those frames. So it's like maybe they will come, they will sell those frames to Mama Nike, or and at the same time, Mama Nike is just like an heritage, whereby you know for sure this work that you have now, in order for it not to die, this is where you can actually what bring your art to, and people from every part of the world can view it. So I was told that she has one, like I think two overseas and one in Abuja, like that. So this is when Mawanike herself came out in newspaper. She has been on for decades, doing this thing. This is not just about money and all. So this particular white frame that you're seeing here, I had to call them. When I called them and how much is this, they told me 20 million. At that point in time, it didn't really get to me. But the building itself, it's the what is more than that. So I know for sure that this particular thing, is gonna be a big deal. So this is the particular friend. They told you this particular one is 20 million. And the reason is because Mamanika has already made name for himself. Meaning the fact that, if you are maybe booking Davido or Whiskey now for a show, or you are booking and artist people don't really know their name, it's not the same price that they are going to have, And talking about experience is not the same thing. So over here, I was now. This is like the second step. So I was trying to, look around, trying to comfort myself and everything. So over here, I told someone to
No,
please
is this
give me a
snap or
snap.
recording?
So it will look as if I did not snap myself.
But don't
So
worry,
after
don't worry.
that, I follow up with everything. So one thing about frame that I learnt over there is the fact that people do not just drop a frame for maybe for the concept of maybe we are busy just to keep ourselves busy. They said
Like
every frame
what
that
the
you are seeing
fuck?
here, whosoever drew them has an imagination and a
This
message
is so
towards
inspiring.
every of
I
those
know.
frames that you are seeing. That people do not just say they want to just draw. Every of these things, they have a message that they are passing around. So this is the staircase area. It's like they have two places that you can use to, pass when going up. So I just when I was at the other building, I had to just quickly come downstairs so that I'll be able to see what I missed because I passed
Wow,
the
this
other
is lovely.
staircase. So now they told me again that perhaps maybe if you want to have a session for yourself, you want to paint, depending on you, if you have the time. I think that one is 15,000 naira. They are going to give you every of this. The board. Then you sketch. Whatever it is that you sketch, it's just sketch about anything at all. But definitely those things they will have a message. Then once you do that, you can take the frame home, or
This is
perhaps you
wow.
leave the frame there like that. Sha. So later on, I now started noticing, the face. I started focusing majorly on
So this
the
one.
frames, because a lot of those frames were beautiful, and what some used to make those frames, you will be so wow. Some made with beads, the shirt bead. Some made with this cover of uh, all this coke
This is
that we
long
take.
now.
A lot of some like a lot of people came with different concepts. So this is yeah, Lodi of our Lagos. So over here, I started, looking around again, trying to get a piece of beautiful view. That's Remy Tunobu, our first lady. So I started walking around now, trying to get a good glance of every of this. And every of this thing is made from a woodwork. There's a particular name like that, crafts. Aside from craft, there's another name that they call them.
Wow. I'm not sure.
So from the staircase area, it was as if maybe they use what's it called? They did a painting there. This way, look at the
Look at the
painting. The painting looks
stairs.
as if
Like,
all this Kampala image was what they used to wrap it, and it's not. It's actually what it paints. So over there,
I
Mandela
feel
had
like
like
himself.
maybe two pictures, so that I noticed. Baba Fela had, I think, five of his picture or so that I noticed
Oh,
there.
boy.
So, I was just, going around, and the whole of the view of this area was beautiful. The atmosphere was
Wow.
very nice.
This is
AC
damn.
everywhere. Everywhere
Who
was
made
so
this?
chilled that
Wow.
you won't even know. You can even spend the whole of your day in this building. That it is when you now come outside and you know that you've taken too much of your time. So the way they did it, that's the Oba of all this island search. So the way they did this particular thing, like if you have a piece, a particular beautiful piece that you have actually made, and maybe you want to bring it to her, depending on the reason best known to you, or you want to sell it, I think they give room for that. You can bring it, and everyone coming here now, every of these things that you are seeing here are millions of naira. And they talk about, foreigners coming down to anytime they come down here, people bring them here for them to see what we are really made of. This is all about Africa. Before Christianity came, how our forefathers were doing. So the last building is where every of this the ancestries stuffs was on.
Look at the
So
sexy
over here,
ladies.
I'll see, following up with
Look at
everything
this another
like that.
sexy
Sha.
ladies. Very
So
nice.
I think look at there's this
What
uh,
is this? I don't know.
this
Wow.
beautiful piece behind it, these beautiful ladies, this film too, I like it.
This is wonderful.
So they started at some point in time, Sha, I started noticing that a lot of these frames, what they were made of, was something that we can relate with, was something that we have, you know, around us. But
I'm down.
for someone to actually was
I
thought
feel
of
like
making
so.
an art out of what people are used to
Wow, wow,
seeing
wow,
every
wow.
day by day. In fact, I was just so amazed with that. So over here, that's Oshodi right there. The picture of Oshodi that people really made when Oshodi was still Oshodi was much.
Okay.
Yes, because I was able to count those pictures. This lady here
Oh,
now, all these
this
ladies that you are
is.
seeing here, they told me that majority of all those images are trying to tell the black African woman that they are beautiful just the way they are. That a lot of them, trying to change their skin color, their melanin color, that this is not what we are, that they should try to what to encourage all other younger generations that being a black person, that black is beautiful
Wow.
like that. So this particular one was
This
made
was
with
made
beads.
with
I now had to
bits.
focus. See, it's like when you are in an environment and you are not used to that environment, but one way or the other, you start picking lives and you start getting, used to those things. Now, the way I was now recording video now changed due to the fact that I was trying to concentrate on how are people coming up with all these ideas. Every of these jobs I are saying, it's not done in one day. Oh. It's not done in one day at all. Like people can spend 6 months, a year, some years just to finish a paint. So you should know that at times when they call price for you, see, it's all about heritage. So I met one of the worker there. That worker told me that some of these
Okay,
paintings
they
that
can
you are
see
seeing
it.
here are more expensive than
Like
some car,
that, yeah.
and more expensive than some house
Wow.
with the way they are. So over here now, the place was so big, I beg. It was very big. I was confused. I have not noticed any camera
It's
anywhere
now.
where like, this place cannot be that big without, having
This
a
is
camera
now.
around.
I need
But
to
I now
stop
noticed
there.
that there were
So,
cameras there. So this is Nelson Mandela. So now, as you can see, this person drew Nelson Mandela. Look at what he wrote that we need to stop living for ourselves, but to start living for others, and that is the true purpose of
oh,
what of
look
life.
at
So
this.
look at this walls. It was as
This
if I
is
should just take them up.
life.
Honestly speaking, because I love them so much. Now this is
Trying
another
to
piece.
guess what
I
this
was trying
was
to,
all about.
imagine how someone came up with
Ah,
that
shit.
particular concept. So
Okay.
this particular image, I have
Let's
to
have a view
make
of
my camera
this.
a landscape
Okay.
so that people will understand this was the way we were living
People are
back in the
talented.
days of our forefathers. In fact, a lot of these images brought life back. So perhaps maybe schools as well. They can actually come here and do an excursion. This is what art is all about. Creativity. In fact, I love this piece. I love it
Wow.
so much. I didn't even know how this person was able to like put this piece into this like this thing is like a stone. So the person now like puts this piano inside of it. So they do not allow people to
Wow. Oh, no,
touch
no, no, no,
any of the
no.
frames that I see here.
This
At one
day,
point,
like,
I was
what?
tempted because I just wanted to know what every of these places were. So this is me
Really?
right here as a tailor, as a designer. I
And
really, really
people
love this concept. In fact, it was so so beautiful. I was so happy when I saw this. I was like, wow. So we were here. So the guy that was,
That's
toying
beautiful.
around, the way I was so calm, recording, I was too busy on my own recording every pieces one by
What
one
is this one
after the
now?
other.
Book.
The guy came to me and asked me that, am I a content creator? I said no. That I teach. And for the fact that I teach, I like to keep details. You know, information is one thing that I do not joke with. So I started, looking around, trying to notice every of these images. So pertaining to the people in what's it called? In this mainland side of area, in order for every of their pieces to have value, this is not even about copying or anything. They have to have a showroom if they truly want to give value to every of the frames. That a particular frame costs maybe 20,000 naira outside. You can buy that same frame here for 20 million because this person that we are talking about has already made name for herself. So any of these pieces that you are seeing here are so magnificent that people from all parts of the world they come down here, to pick them, to buy them, and they take them home. So you can see the names of the people
Okay.
that they
Thank
did
you.
this, and whether they are even selling it or not, at least I will be very happy that if I thought I was an artist and I have so a project that I've used the whole of my life, to do, I believe it is in what in good. I
This is
know. Now look at this
nice.
one now. They did Gele and they added bead, and those beads were real beads, so they were real beads. As in, I so much love this one too. It was as if maybe I should just take this particular one home. So, should in case maybe you like any artwork at all, while you are going around, what you need to do is just to snap it, because you might forget. There was one particular frame that I saw. I had to snap them. I think like 4 or 5 of them like that, sha. So I was probably thinking maybe this frames will be around maybe 50K, 60, like that. So look at this particular one. When I saw this one, I was just laughing at, like, maybe like how boy go get this frame, because like for her to use a local sponge come up with this concept, I was just laughing. Anyway, I was just joking, but this was very nice. I love that concept. It was very, very nice. So look at what's it called? Wale Soyinka there.
Oh, boy.
So like every of these pieces was so nice. So over here they told me that I think every of what you are seeing here now, like when people come, they try to look around
Wow.
and try not to, go out of their way. Now I noticed one thing, that for the fact that this place is free, there are some areas that you can't get access to. So this particular one now, it costs millions. But this particular one, the arts that all those kings that they wear. Me myself particularly, I have done a particular piece of this for a customer, you know. And when I took it to, I was even thinking it's just all those ordinary couple. And I took those things to where they do them. When they call money for me, I added an extra charge to it. So that's the reason why I know that
Oh,
every of those pieces were money.
wow.
So this is like the last floor of those area. There is another floor again, for you to know how tall. The whole of the building outside was actually white. So okay, when I entered into this particular place, this place was just so
Really?
nice. Now look at this.
Wow.
Someone made an art
Look at
out of
this.
trash. I didn't really get the message until I saw this place. You know,
And a
and
guitar.
when they told me it was free, me I don't
Can you
like free
imagine?
things. Honestly, because I believe when
Eh?
you deal too much with free things, you don't tend to get
Eh.
information. But when you
Wow,
pay for
wow,
something, it
wow,
shows that nothing is serious.
wow.
Now
Like,
this particular pieces that someone made, you can see them with a trash.
I the
If
baby.
I'm to zoom back now, you will notice that this is the Emir of Sokoto, how they dress. But then at this point in time, I have not noticed this yet. Though. I have not noticed it yet. I didn't even know that that was the message the person was
Wow.
trying to, bring out. Over here again, there was a particular piece that I saw. This one.
Wow.
I now
What is
zoom into that
this?
image. I was trying to
This is
get
made of
how
what?
did this person manage to do this job?
Oh, look at
Because that's what
concept.
I was thinking, maybe it's the cover of all
What
this
is this
coke,
made of?
but it's not. This
I
pieces
try
was
to
so
look
nice. Honestly speaking,
into.
it was so nice. I love it so much.
Oh, honestly.
If
It's,
I thought I had,
it's very, very, very
the
beautiful and
money, for
nice.
sure, I was going to. I mean, I would not even say I want to carry anything small self.
Ah,
So I had to just compress the video so that I do not discourage, other people from coming to express. There are all other things that I did not even record. I had to compress them. But I did it for myself so that I can always go back to those things, try to make their research online like that. So over here in this
wow.
building, they have
Look
antiques
at
there.
this
Okay, now
angel.
look at this one now.
So in
The
here,
all this brocade
hey,
lace.
these people, now
So,
look okay, me.
and this person talked about that there are some images there that the way they did it. they are looking at you, but you won't know. So one year I was just like, who be this fine guy when they look me? So look at that beat. Did you see? Look
Wow.
at what someone did. A very nice concept, you know. So this is the outside of the building. You can see the distance from the platform. You can see that it is
Outside
a
of
very
it.
tall building, and the whole of the building was white and so beautiful from outside. So I continued the video. So this staircase now, I know for sure that courtesy demand is not everything that they tell people. And aside from
Yeah,
that,
I've
I
seen
know
it.
that it's not everywhere
I'll
that you
trust
go,
this
even though they
staircase.
told you that this place was free. I understand that
This
place
is
was meant for
nice.
staff, and I did not manage to say I want to open any cupboard or touch any image. You just have to respect
Wow, look
everyone's
at
mug
this.
because a lot of them they said do not
Yes.
touch. But at one point, so this is the actual free. All these are our local clothes that we have been using and the accessories that our forefathers
Ow!
that they use like that. So
Oh my
this is
god.
the section. So this up the
Wow, this
last
is
building
lovely.
was like
Wow.
the accessory part of the building. Where you see old things. Now we are still going to
Wow,
go
are you
into all those
for real?
crafts that they made with
Oh
woods. We are
gosh.
still going there. So I was just trying to highlight every of these images, trying to look what they really look like. So now, for
This is for the cover.
all these
Are we
traditional
there?
fighters now,
Ah, see my
all
man.
those Akobu.
Chief
So that's
Mrs.
Mama Nika herself.
Okundaye Yeye Ono Capella.
Okay, no,
Hey,
that one is the
Opa.
year of Ikate,
Opa.
So these are the things that
Opa.
all these our kings and all these Yoruba fighters and a whole lot of them what they used
Uh-huh.
to have. This is this
Look at
particular
well.
vest that they used to put on. I remember one time someone said this
Really?
particular vest, a white person took that vest to a museum and he sold
This
it
is
for
nice.
an enormous amount of money
This is
when he
very,
took it
very
there. I
beautiful
think they
and
told me
nice.
he bought the vest for
I
I
see
think maybe
things like
20,000 naira or so.
this.
And he went there and he sold it for millions. So this
Street
is
area.
our heritage, we should
Oh,
try
this is
to
nice.
keep our heritage. Now,
Okay.
you can imagine if we do
Yes.
not have people like Mama Like to preserve every of our images, then what do we have to say about our image, our culture? So to people out there that are really, I don't even know, some families, it's hard for you to even see their children speak about their local language. And this is where we have to what? To call a spade, like enough of every of this. So I met people there over here, sha. So there are a lot of stuffs up there, yeah, that I did not even snap, just because I don't want it to look like I'm giving out, every of the details of the building. At least the beautiful aspect about this is you'll be able to see these are the things that you're going to see when you get there. So you will be open to so many new
Boss,
experience
sorry,
like
please.
that.
A shot.
So
Thank you.
this is
That's thank you.
It's a video
so,
picture.
so
No, just the
wonderful.
boss side.
So
Okay.
by here, I told someone to just give me a shot. Let me know what's up. So every of those vests
Picture, right?
that I see in the wire, every of this is are millions. Millions. So this was when I was going back downstairs. No, this particular staircase I didn't follow it. So at the staircase area there were a lot
Wow.
of frames there as
Every
well
of
that
this
I
is
didn't really notice.
40 shit.
So coming down here now, this was after when I now finished my own video. The guy too was done touring around with all those people they were with. So the way they used to do it, you can do it individually, you can do it, maybe in group, if you come as a family, anyhow.
You didn't bother to
But
tell me about
definitely
your
have
painting.
time.
Hello, brother.
When people they will take you guys around,
Well done.
tell you everything
Brother.
about every of these pieces. In fact, I really,
brother
really
black.
enjoyed my time here. I really,
Hello.
really enjoyed my time
Are
when
we
I came
fighting?
here, honestly.
I said you didn't even
So,
bother
did you
to
see
tell me
that
about the
particular
painting.
dog segment?
Is it that
So,
you think I won't
that's
have
to tell you
interest in it?
that
You should
areas are
have.
segmented
I have
for
interest.
private movement
No
alone.
problem. Man.
So, this is the decks of the people that are working there. So, this guy on black now is the one touring, people around. So this was when I started my own tour after making payments
No,
over
no,
here.
no. The reason why this is as easy
So
for
his
me is
voice
I'm a
was not really
photographer, I'm a
loud like
designer
that.
as
So,
well, and I
but
have
I
a
was
wide
trying
knowledge
to,
of arts.
get
That's the reason
at
why
least
I'm
what
taking my
was really
time
done.
to
So
record.
now,
So
over
now, what do
here
you want to
now,
do
I
now?
understand
So
that
I
my
was
money
telling
did
them
not waste
we have a spot here where we call a
because
place
it
of
was
expression.
free.
Oops.
And
Okay.
if
The
I
spot
thought I
we
was
allow, I
like,
guess. When you're done with
okay, I
the
don't want to pay,
Okay.
and
for your place, you
information
can
is
set up.
power,
Okay. Oh,
I wouldn't
I don't
have known
know
that.
about your time. Will I have to pay for
Number
that one?
one,
You know,
when
you've
it
not
comes
really
to
told me
art,